Do you remember the Jets? I've got a crush on you. Prepare for blast off. Sweet tomato jam, savory ham, and a pickle. It's time to sink your teeth into the Jet Star sandwich. Hey there everybody, I'm Scott and welcome to my Time Machine Kitchen. This is the last of my Jet Star tomatoes, and I know it is absolutely crazy that it's November and I'm still pulling tomatoes out of the garden, but I feel like there's a frost on the horizon. It's gonna happen any day now, so I need to make the absolute most of my Jet Star tomatoes, and I'm gonna do that by making a Jet Star sandwich. So here's how the process is gonna go. We're gonna take our Jet Star tomatoes, then we're gonna make some Jet Star jam with those tomatoes, and then we're gonna take that Jet Star jam and make the most delicious Jet Star sandwich you have ever heard of. 2 cups of diced Jet Star tomatoes go into a pot. If you don't have access to these retro sounding beauties, use any kind of tomatoes you can find. I put them in a strainer first with a little salt to get rid of some of the liquid. Then onto the stove with half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup chopped onion, a half tablespoon of chopped fresh ginger, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a little salt, and a small star anise pod. Now you're probably thinking, why is this a Time Machine recipe? Well, when I first saw the name of this tomato, I was for sure it was named after a video game I played on my Atari back in the 80s. But after a lot of Googling, I realized my GenX memory was playing tricks on me. Okay, I guess I erroneously may have mistakenly associated the Jet Star with probably like the Death Star or maybe Battlestar Galactica or maybe even like the Jets. Do you remember the Jets? I've got a crush on you. Anyhow, you've got to admit that the Jet Star sounds so 80s, right? Joan Jett, Jet Star, Star Search, Jet Magazine. I could do this all day. Now back to the jam. Even though we strained the tomatoes, look at all that liquid. We gotta cook that out. Cook on a high simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes or until you see that liquid start to thicken up, and then lower to a bubble so you can monitor the gooiness. That'll take about 10 more minutes. The syrup should coat the back of a spoon. Like I mentioned, I grew these tomatoes in my garden, and it turns out they're from the 70s, just like me. They were introduced into the world in 1969 and became super popular in the 70s. I've been so pleasantly surprised by how sweet and meaty these Jet Star tomatoes are. And let me tell you, one plant just keeps giving and giving and giving. And I know Jet Stars have been out in the world for decades now, but I only saw them last spring and grew them this summer. But I definitely plan to do this next summer and in all my future gardens. I absolutely love these things. Okay, our Jet Star jam has cooled and I've put it in this cute little container. And now it is time to make the star of the show, the Jet Star sandwich. This is a grilled sourdough sandwich layered with ham, cheese, pickles, mayo, a fresh slice of tomato, and our jam. Now the layering matters. The jam has to touch the ham, and the ham has to touch the cheese, and the fresh tomato has to touch the mayo. I don't care where the pickles go as long as they go somewhere, and there are a lot of them. Oh, and yes, my ham and cheese look a little funny because they're vegan. If you know Liz Lemon from 30 Rock, then I should mention that she and I have a very similar belief system when it comes to sandwiches. She and I believe that all of humankind has one thing in common: the sandwich. All anyone really wants to do in this world is sit in peace and eat a sandwich. Amen. Jet Star sandwich. The only way I can describe this sandwich is, you know that post-Thanksgiving sandwich you make with cranberry sauce and stuffing and you eat it at like midnight after the big dinner? This is neck and neck with that sandwich, which means it's pretty awesome because that Thanksgiving sandwich is like one of my all-time favorite sandwiches ever. Absolutely delicious. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go jump in your own Jet Star and make this sandwich. And remember, you are always welcome in my Time Machine kitchen.